Well, the January transfer window is over. We've made some moves, and a curiosity about the French system of registration has reared its ugly head again. In addition to that, we've got some injury problems, but today it is not about any of that. Today is about getting revenge on Real Hispalis in the Euro Cup first knockout round. My name's FM19, and this is the Ritornu Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 63. Well, we weren't as active in the transfer window as I thought we would be. We did make some moves, though. On the outs, Erman Sadik went to I can never pronounce that. I want to say Valladolid, but I know that's not it. Valladolid? I don't know. They're a team in Spain. Maybe. Brought him in a season ago to be a backup for Sodavia, and he's never gotten that much better. He had a decent amount of playing time for us. He got a lot of playing time last year on the reserves. And just, it's one of those cases, I took a risk on the guy, it didn't turn out. I turned around and moved him for a little bit of money, which I'm okay with. On the ends, Boban Jaric comes to us from the Valencia B team. I needed a quality backup keeper, and he's a little bit older, 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, but he should get some starts this season, especially with the fixture congestion we have going on. As much as I want to rely on Ramirez, I really don't want to rely on him that much. Miguel, which means I'll never ever forget his name, comes to us from Getafe, the B squad, for 650,000 euros. Depth on the defensive center back line, can also play a solid midfielder and defensive midfielder. I wasn't happy with the players I had there, and he was available for a pretty decent price. He'll get some starting time. He'll come in as part of the rotation. Fairly solid physically, fairly solid mentally. I like the bravery. The determination's also nice. The technicals, they could be a little better, but the 11 heading's nice, the 12 marking's nice, the 13 tackling's nice. The technique and passing are also adequate. So he's not something I would consider a long-term solution, but he was available for the right price. Luca Mercurio, my scout in Italy, found. He is on the lookout for hot prospects, and he fits the bill. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Midfielder. He is this good already. His mentals are really, really good. 16 concentration, 16 decision-making, 17 determination, 16 positioning. He's got 11 marking, 12 tackling, 12 technique, 14 first touch. His physicals are really nice, except his natural fitness, which is something I think I can work on. However, this is where that oddity I talked about in the intro comes in. For whatever reason this season, and I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, the deadline to register players for Ligue 1 was 2 days before the close of the January transfer window, and he didn't come in till the last day. I got him registered for the Euro Cup squad, but he's not going to get any first-team playing time this year because he can't, because he couldn't be registered. It drives me up a wall when that sort of thing happens. But as you can see, he's a very good central midfielder, also plays a decent Carrilero and deep-lying playmaker. I'll probably retrain him as a full-time Carrilero. And, if I can get his natural fitness up, I will be very, very happy. I think, especially with the possibility of Marsman and Bernade moving on this summer, he will have a good chance of starting next year. If not, he will definitely get playing time. And that's it for the transfer window. We brought in a lot more than we sold, but that's because Yoel Ramirez was a decent chunk of that. Rafael Almeida was also a decent chunk of that. I paid $8.5 million, going up to $10.25 million for Mercurio. And I think that's probably not a bad bargain. He's valued at 5.5 right now. So if I can turn around and sell him for at least what I paid for him, I think that'll be okay. A lot of the bonuses are based on under 21 experience. A lot of the bonuses are based on under 21 international appearances and international appearances in general. And as talented as Italy is, I don't think he'll get a lot of playing time there. So we will probably never have to pay any of that out. That said, today it's all about Real Hispalis. And how did we get here? Well, we had the friendly against Hanover, which we drew 1-1, and then we were home against Monaco in the French Cup 9th round, which we lost 1-2. I'm not really too upset about that. You know, I told the board we'd get to the 10th round, if I remember correctly, in the French Cup. Let's check that out here real quick. And I told them I'd reach the quarterfinal, knocked out in the 9th round again. So they're a little bit upset by that. We were away at Dijon, and we won 1-0 thanks to a Lyle Foster goal in the 90th minute. This was a very interesting game to watch. Even though it says 6 shots, 3 on target, 2 off target, 1 woodwork hit, there was a lot of action going on in the Dijon half of the match all game. This is one of the few matches I've watched this season on extended highlights just to see how everything was looking. I'm trying to become better at tracking the players and how they move, looking for holes in the formation or mistakes that they're making. Honestly, the only real big mistake in this game was Jonathan Ponzo getting sent off for a double yellow card, for which I fined him a week, for which he got upset. Yeah, he can get upset all he wants. We were then away at Bordeaux, and we drew with them 1-0 thanks to a Grant Marshman goal. And we were at home against Havre, and we won 1-0 thanks to a Lucien Marin goal. In between a couple of these games, we had some injuries, one of which was Lyle Foster, rather. He is out with a torn hamstring for the rest of the season. Zada's pulled his ankle ligaments. He is out for 2 to 3 weeks. Well, he was out for 2 to 3 weeks. He'll probably be back in a couple of days. But because of the players I brought in, I had to take him off the European squad. And he's not too happy with that. Then again, I don't care. Kane Wilson twisted his ankle. He was out for a couple of weeks. He'll be coming back in a couple of days. Kane Wilson going out injured made me realize how weak we were at defensive right back. And I could not get one in, even on loan. Before the close of the transfer window, rather. It was annoying as hell. But today, though, it is all about Real Hispalis. We're going to play the home game and away game, and we're going to skip the... Who are we playing? We're going to skip the Nantes game in between. We are away at Real Hispalis first. I'm hoping for a very good result here that will do us well at home. So I'm going to check the best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back with the first part of our doubleheader against Real Hispalis in just a bit. Well, today we are away at Real Hispalis, and we are playing our 4-1-3-2. Ramirez in goal, Salidi, Ponzo, Cristiano, and No as the defensive back four. Soldevilla as the defensive midfielder behind Sousa, Bernade, and Marshman. Frank and Marin up top as the strikers. I switched to this formation because if I play my 4-1-2-3, I have very little depth at a couple of positions. Playing this formation gets most of my best playmakers on the field in their best positions. No, started out life as a defensive right back. I moved him to winger. I'm very comfortable playing him there. Hispalis, again, a lot of loan players this year. Alex Centellas, I recognize he's a pretty quality defensive left back, but he hates big games. I had him on my Palace save, and that's what I remember. Let me pull that up here real quick. I haven't scouted, so I don't think that's going to come up. But as quality as he is, he absolutely hates big games. It's one of the things that led me to get rid of him in my Palace save. They still have Anthony Martial. I don't know a lot of these other players. We're getting to the point where there's a lot of regens in the game. But again, now they still have Lingard as well. He's on the bench. So, they're a solid team. They're not doing as well this year as they were last year, but I think that's because the competition in La Liga has gotten a little bit better. They're going to be a good opponent for us. They're in the Euro Cup. They didn't get there by luck. Corner kick in. Rafina. Oh, Ponzo saves that. Ends up skying it out of bounds. That was nice. We practiced our set pieces a lot. It's not really helping us, though. We're 30 minutes in. Real Hispalis has 6 and 5. Oh, Frank, gets the ball. Can he beat his man? Nope, but he's going to cross it over to Marin, who's going to take the shot, and he skies it over the crossbar. Rafina from just outside the box. Not just outside the box. He was a good 8 yards beyond it, but Ramirez a nice save. Sends it forward right to Centellas, who is going to get double teamed and send it back to Soria, who taps it up to Munoz. Out to Schaefer. To Rafina. Taps it over to Bernard, back out to Schaefer on the right. Back to Rafina. To Bernard. Out to Martial, who's all alone on the left. Crosses it all the way over to Schaefer on the right. Sends it in. Yan is there, and he scores. That was a nice patient attack by Hispalis. Salibi was just too far out, got there late, and Schaefer had no problems crossing that into Jan. Fina from outside the box again, skies over the crossbar. 5 minutes until the half. Hispalis has definitely been the better team today. 9 shots, 7 on target. We're not doing bad, but we're not doing well. Hispalis has definitely been better on the pitch today. Can we hold them to just 1? Martial just got injured on the opening kickoff of the second half. Lower leg injury. You know what? No highlights this second half other than the Martial getting injured in the very first minute of the second half. So we're gonna change things up. We're going to our 4-1-2-3. Bernade is going to replace Marjman, and Malangu is going to take over at the attacking midfielder right position. He is my young striker / attacking midfielder from South America. No, South Africa, because he and Foster are both South Africans. So, No's got to stay back at defensive right back because I don't have another defensive right back on the bench. Fingers crossed, nothing happens there. We just need an equalizer, boys. Come on. Schaefer to Rodriguez. Over to Lingard. Taps up to Rodrigo. Dispossessed, but it goes right back to Lingard. Back to Rodriguez. To Jan. Holds it up. Sends it to Pinto. Schaefer outside box. Loses it. Lingard takes far post. Son of a gun. Sorry, I had to pause it there. George decided to come down and take a drink. Schaefer sent it in, was knocked away, and then what the heck was that graphic there? Somehow Salibi slid forward, but the ball went backwards. Schaefer put it far post. Come on, guys. Jan to Bernard. Back to Jan to Pinto. To Jan. Sends it up. Santalis crosses it in. Salibi knocks away, but Lingard is right there. He takes the shot. He skies it over the crossbar. Lingard on the corner kick. Sends it in. Abram runs it down on the other side of the box. Dispossessed. Fouled. And that is the game. Nuts. Yelled at the guys at half. Yelled at the guys after the game ended. 2-0. We made that way too easy for them. 18 shots, 10 on target, our 8-2. And it's not like that's not a formation we haven't practiced before. I'm just going to have to go back to my 4-1-2-3 and take my risk at defensive right back. Put a youngster on the bench. Maybe move Cristiano over or something. So, we've got Nantes coming up. We're going to play that offline, and we're going to come back for the home game against Real Hispalis in just a bit. Well, we drew with Nantes, and believe it or not, this is a very good result for us because, as you can see, almost everybody on the squad, with the exception of Marjman, was a backup player. Jarek started in goal. Flores, Jutric, Miguel, and Pieri were the defensive back four. Gajakadiev, Marjman, and Kometsanya were the midfielders. Roland and Zadas were the attacking midfielders. Malangu was the striker. And he got a goal in the 19th minute to equalize after Kondogobia scored in the 3rd minute. Roland came off because he was having an awful first half, and I brought No on. No wasn't that much better. Nantes had 19 shots, 8 on target. We, however, were 6-6, and it was a really solid game for us that way. Nantes had the possession, and I was more than happy to give them the possession because, I played with the defense a little bit further back this time. We played balanced. We didn't get stuck in, but I did mark tighter. It was a risk, and this time it paid off. I bet if I was to sim this game 10 times, we'd probably lose 7 of them, but we didn't. And because of that, we are in 4th place with 47 points. We are a point ahead of Monaco, but we have a game in hand. 3rd and above is definitely out of reach. Lyon is actually challenging PSG, even though PSG has still not lost a game. It has been a while since they lost a League 1 game. Marseille is right behind Lyon at 59 points, and then it is 12 points for us to even catch Marseille. The battle is going to be for 4th, 5th, and 6th, and right now that's Rennes, Monaco, and us. Frankly, I think 4th and 5th place is going to be a battle between us and Monaco. So, Frank still leads us with 12 goals. Kane Wilson, the highest average. Kane Wilson and Lucien Marin both have 6 assists. Andre Sotovia, the best pass completion. Frank, Lyle, Kane Wilson, and Sousa have 3 players of the match. Our 37 goals are 6th highest. Our 22 goals allowed are 3rd best. Our defense has been absolutely fabulous this season. 50 yellow cards are still 33rd in the league. That's bothersome. I'll be the first to admit it. So, we have the home match against Real Hispalis coming up. I'm going to set the best 11, check the reserves, and we're going to be back with that in just a bit. We are hosting Real Hispalis today, and we've got arguably our best 11 on the field. Ramirez in goal, Salibi, Ponzo, Cristiano, and Wilson as the defensive back 4, Soldevilla as the defensive midfielder behind Sousa and Marjman, Frank and Armand as the attacking midfielders, and Marin up top as the striker. Afonso sends it in, Cristiano's there, Frank gets the rebound off Soria, and we score. Early in the game, well done, guys. Oh, they're VARing it. I have music for this. They're going to call Frank offsides. Frank started there. Oh, they're letting it stand. I didn't see the guy come back from the screen. Need another goal, fellas. Soria with the goal kick. Sends it long. Salibi sends it to Frank, who taps it back to Salibi. Sends it over to Sotovia. Up to Marin. Back to Afonso. To Marjman. Oh, Soria, nice save. Wilson on the corner kick. Vettelson knocks it down. No. Taps it over to Afonso. Back out to Wilson, who's alone on an island out on the right. Why would you end the highlight there? Oh, Wilson twisted his knee, but he should be okay. Oh, and he totally crosses that into Frank, who equalizes. Oh, and another VAR. And he was offside that time. Soria, goal kick. Salibi, nice first touch. Holds it up, sends it to Afonso. Across the field to No. Over to Wilson. Back to No. In the crowd. Wow. That was brilliant. Even on the 2D, that looked amazing. No, from midfield, taps it to Wilson, who feeds it back to him. No, cuts through 5 defenders and just completely outfoxes the keeper to tie it up, 2-2. Schaefer on the throw-in for Real Hispalis. Knocked away, but Lingard recovers it to Vettelson. Back out to Schaefer, who loses it. Salibi. Back to Ponzo. Up to Sotovia. To Afonso. To Marjman. Back to Afonso. To Frank, who tries tapping it up to Marin, but gives it away. Lingard to Yan, to Munoz, all the way back to Soria. He holds it up as Hispalis gets himself centered. Carranzo is there, knocked away by Ponzo. Marin heads it back down to Marjman, who sends it over to No. He's going to drive forward again, over to Frank, and he does not miss this time. Holy cow. That was a great goal. No's playing with a yellow card, too. This is dangerous. That was kind of a weird animation. Frank did kind of like this. Jump up in the air, kick with my right, kick with my left. Carranza. Ramirez, a nice save. Rolls it out to Sotovia. Over to Cristiano. Up to No. He's got Wilson on the right, who he sends it to. Wilson to Marjman. Back to No. Wilson, or No was going to run it down, send it to Wilson. To Frank, off the post. Oh, that was close. And this is still the first half. Centellas on the throw into Rodriguez. To Rapina. Back to Rodriguez. To Vetlesen. To Centellas, who holds onto the ball. Back over to Abram. Vetlesen to Rapina. Up to Carranza. Long pass, but too far. Ponzo's going to run that down. Sends it to Salibi. Long pass to Marin, who's between the defenders. And he's... Oh, nice! That was a brilliant pass by Salibi. Just hoofs it down. Marin was sitting between the two central defenders and did not stop running. Coming up on the end of the first half, we've had 12 shots, 7 on target. Real Hispalis is at 4 and 3. Big problem is, though, Wilson is injured and on 72%. This is what we're going to do. Cristiano is going to move over to the wing-back position, but we're going to put him as a no-nonsense fullback on defend. Ponzo is going to slide over one to take Cristiano's position. Pieri is going to come on to take Ponzo's spot. And I just got Wilson back from injury. I can't afford to have him go out. Pieri, up to Frank. Over to Afonso. To Marin. Sends it over to No. Crosses it back through the box. Schaefer misplayed it. Frank bounces it off, and Schaefer sends it in again. And Marin somehow gets a head on it, and it goes near post between the keeper. That looked really, really soft. That was luck. No sends it through. Schaefer just stood there. Frank bounces it off Schaefer, sends it in again, and Marin with just a flick of his head. It's got to be an animation issue, but yeah, that was pretty weak sauce. We're going to come off the attack and go to cautious. 72 minutes in, we're 3 goals up. Noah's going to come off and Zadas is going to come on. We're going to bring Cristiano off and bring on Miguel. And he's going to essentially do the same thing. He's primarily a defensive center back. But as you can see, he's right-footed. His physicals are nice, his mentals are nice, and his technicals are okay. We'll keep him back there. Sitting most of the squad for the Nantes game was a good thing. Schaefer's on a 5-2 for them. They've got 4 players at 65% or worse. Centellas is at 52%. Rapina sends it in. Munoz. I think it's too little too late. 5-1. We lose the clean sheet, but I'm okay with that because we still have a 2-goal differential. I don't know who the number 16 player is, but that was pretty lackadaisical by him. Check that out here real quick. No, I can't. Miguel. To Sotavia. 16's Pieri. Back to Sotavia. To Zadas. Over to Marjman. Drives forward. Up to Marin. Takes a long shot, but curls it high over the crossbar. Whistle should be blowing here in a minute, and it does. Oh, that was nice. Frank a brace of goals. Marin a brace of goals. Armand a goal. 4-0 up at the half. 20 shots, 10 on target to their 9 and 7. We absolutely abused in this game. Centellas ended up on 57%. Schaefer on a 5-3. Oh, that was nice. Frank, player of the match, definitely. 2 goals and the assist. The overturn of first leg defeat, winning on aggregate 5-3. That was good. That was good effort. Advanced to the second knockout round. Ken Wilson's out 4 to 7 days. And we've got Leon in 3 days. Leon? No, we got Sin N in 4 days. 3 days. Well, 4 days if you count today. It's late, I'm sorry. Received 500,000 euros. Frank was absolutely classy. I've been really lucky with a couple of my player moves this year. Moving No up from defensive right back to advancing midfielder was good. Putting Frank on the left as a Ramdeuter has really worked out. Where the draw for the Euro Cup second round is today, so let's do that. Some good teams in here still. Okay. Napoli versus OGC Nice. Bilbao versus Benfica. Chelsea versus Sporting. Roma versus Lazio. FCP Porto versus Hoffenheim. Bayer versus Arsenal. It's got to be Lens, and we're playing Valencia. Let's take a look at Valencia here. David Raya, very good keeper. It's about the only name I recognize. And maybe Markovic. Okay, Markovic I do recognize. I don't know how I recognize Markovic. I just recognize the name. He's Serbian. Was he on the Serbian international team for the last World Cup? Maybe. Facundo Colidio is their primary scorer. It looks like 18 goals. Striker. Not too shabby. Okay, well, Valencia have a couple matches rearranged as a result. Let's see when we're playing them. Well, literally right after St. Etienne. Well, at least we got a big enough break between St. Etienne and Valencia. Of course, we got Marseille between the two of them. Nuts. Well, that's who we're going to come back for then. Valencia home and then away. Fingers crossed we can get a credible result against them. We've already exceeded my expectations this year. And that was just a really good win against Real Hispalis. Got our revenge on them this year. Let's hope we can do the same against Valencia. So, if you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM19, and I thank you for watching the Return Out Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 63.